apologize. When did you start actually modeling?
This is going to be my third year modeling.
Do you think fashion modeling is based on looks, or do you think it's based on just style? What do you think people misunderstand about modeling?
How easy it is.
Do you think everybody can be a model?
At the end of the day, you are the product that you're marketing, right? So you have to look the best in some kind of way. Their rejection put a fire that, hey, because you rejected me, now I really want it.
How do you stay confident when you feel like you're not picture perfect?
Have you ever met someone whose background is dynamic as his presence? Born in Kenya and raised in Dubai, today's guest brings a multiple age to the modeling world that sets himself apart. Our today's guest is Kitson. Before diving into this podcast, please make sure to subscribe, like, and share this episode, because we can see that 80% of you guys who are watching are not even subscribed. So please subscribe and enjoy this podcast.
Welcome back to Behind the Logo, powered by Ego. I'm your host, Nate, and today, as usual, we have an amazing guest.
Yes, sir.
Welcome, Kitson.
Yeah, should I introduce myself? Because you just
Yes.
Hello, guys. My name is Kitson Long. Originally from Nairobi, Kenya, and today I'm here on Argo Podcast with my guy Nate. Right?
Yes.
Yeah,
of course.
Very excited to be here.
So, can you also tell us what you do?
Currently, I am a fashion model here in Poland, amongst doing other things that are to get my money up. But professionally, I am a fashion model.
Fashion model.
Yeah, I try my best.
I think this is our first fashion model.
Is it?
Nah, this is our second. This is our first male fashion model.
Yeah?
Yeah. I think the first one was a female.
That's really good. I'm surprised actually, because today I also was thinking that, yeah, I'm probably the first, but hopefully not the last, because I still think there's quite a bit of guys who are really good, and there's such a good market, especially for, not especially just black people, but for different ethnicities here in Poland, especially for fashion modeling.
Yeah. So, do you think fashion modeling is based on looks, or do you think it's based on just style?
I think it's a mixture of both. I used to have a thing when within my first year of being a model, I used to think that, yeah, it's definitely the looks. 100% the looks are involved, but the looks are so broad. I've come to also recognize it depends on in different aspects, like let's say the agency that you're with, the agency that you're in, what is it that they're looking for? The clients that you're working for, what is it that they want? And different people want different things. For example, right, if you were to look at some people who are doing like fashion modeling, who are doing the catwalks, some brands or agencies want people that are not necessarily attractive in some kind of way, because that is the kind of niche they want us, especially like, let's say if we were to look at models from South Sudan or something like that. It's not necessarily just the aesthetic of being aesthetically beautiful, it's just the difference of that. So I think over time I've come to learn that there's no specifically one specific look that works, but it's a wide range of things, because at the end, modeling is people.
Yeah, modeling is people. When did you start actually modeling?
I started modeling in 2022. I can't really think back, but this is going to be my third year modeling.
Oh, what brought you in?
If I'm really being honest, initially it was the money. It was the money. I had a friend who was in the agency that I'm in right now, and I'd seen him work for the agency a little bit, and I thought it's quite interesting. And one day we're chilling, and I saw him get the money from the job, and I said, I want to do that, bro. Like, this is like, what do you mean? And I think it was this factor that if he can do it, I can do it too. I was thinking about it today before I came here. Like, that was definitely like the thing that put a spark in me to want to do that. But I think something was there kind of before. So when I saw how much money he made from this, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna do this. I went and I reached out to the agency that I'm in right now, and actually they rejected me. Yeah, they rejected me. I think I needed that. It's only retrospectively that you kind of get to see the journey from there till now. When they rejected me, looking back, it was because I had no experience. The pictures I sent them, rather than just actual Polaroid, which is to show how you actually currently look, it looked more like mugshots. But like, valid, bro. Like, I didn't have my chest shaved, my hair wasn't gray, like all this little things, because at the end of the day, you are the product that you're marketing, right? So you have to look the best in some kind of way. Their rejection put a fire that, hey, because you rejected me, now I really want it. So I remember during this time I had quite a bit of things kind of going through, and I wanted a change. I wanted something new. So their rejection put this thing into my head that if they rejected me, I'm gonna grind to get it. I remember I had a little bit of money. So the first thing I did, I took the little bit of money I had and I went and I got a photographer. I have people ask me now, like, what's kind of the best way to kind of get into this? And I think it's firstly putting yourself out there, right? Now, if you have an iPhone, you don't need to have a photographer to really take the pictures of you, because our iPhone works really well. But you have to be able to learn how to firstly be in front of the camera and have something to show an agency, because that's what they want to see. I didn't have that initially, and my thought process during that time is like, okay, they rejected me, but I'm gonna try this again, not specifically just with this, but I'm gonna get my pictures and I'm gonna get in shape to do this. It wasn't quick thing, but I remember there was a time after taking these pictures, I posted it, they were really good, and looking back, I think I've just had this moments of me taking pictures and thinking, oh, they're cool, but I really firstly didn't have that belief in myself that I'm a model. People may have a perception that you have to be really good looking or some form of a thing, and I feel like initially in the environment that I was in before I came here didn't quite put into me that, hey, you are marketable or you're really attractive, until I kind of came here. And it needed a lot of work for me to kind of get where I was. And that's why I say in that time, everything just worked together for me to get there. And one night I'm chilling on my phone, I'm stalking some agencies, and the next morning an agency was like, hey, we like you, we've seen your page and would like you to come and be scouted.
Oh, they just saw your Instagram?
Bro, like, you get me? It's insane.
So you haven't reached the... So is it the same agency that you applied to?
No,
or?
it's not the same. Actually, I think it's... okay, well, maybe not incriminating myself, but it was a really good agency. And you have agencies that also have scouts. That's why I also say it's good to have pictures, because it's like you may not have to like necessarily be reaching out to them, but they have people who are watching, right, who have eyes on you in some kind of way. So I like their picture, and the next morning they're like, hey, like, we actually like you, do you want to come in and get scouted? Which to me was insane, but it just felt really right? Like, I was really intentional about how I wanted to approach this, and it didn't turn out to be the agency that I'd wanted initially, but their rejection led me towards this path. And honestly, I think it's just kind of a miracle thing, what are the chances, what are the odds? So when they texted that they want me to come into the office, I'm like, yeah, like, let's do that. I'd already been practicing, I'd already been taking pictures, I've been getting really confident in myself, getting confident in my posing. I came to Warsaw and I went to see them, and it actually went really well, bro, like really, really good. But there was something in me that when I sent the pictures to my current agency, United for Models, and they rejected me, it was like, that wasn't the best version of myself then. I was like, I have to run that back. So I went back before I left Warsaw, I said, I'm going to go to United for Models. They have to see me right now. Like, they have to see me where I am right now. I remember getting to the office and like
So United for Models is the one you first applied to?
The one I first applied to.
Okay.
Sorry, I didn't mention the name. Yeah, United for Models was the one I first applied to. So when I went there this time, they were quite surprised that I came through the door. Like, you came for casting? I had like I had like red dreads. So it was like kind of out of the box of what was happening during the time. So they really liked me, and we had a conversation, and by the time I left, they'd offered me a contract.
Wow.
Yeah.
So the first agency that denied me
now
basically offered you,
literally. And I think it was also like being smart with it. Like, I also told them that, yeah, now I have an agency that also really wants me. So it was like, okay, there's someone competing for him, so we might as well offer him the contract first right now. I didn't sign it initially because I thought like, hey, now I have a better agency on the side, so let me kind of weigh out and see what works best.
Yeah.
But in the end, I ended up choosing United for Models.
So in this case, that I see that you practiced your own way for confidence. Like the confidence was not there as a model, or you wasn't thinking of you are a model in general.
I didn't think I was a
Yeah.
model. I think I had the confidence, but confidence in different way. I say first thing I mentioned, like in terms of environment. I lived in Dubai, and we have a lot of multicultural people there. You know, we were quite separated from, let's say, the females. So coming into Poland and being black skin and actually seeing the attraction of other people, or how here, it's not a fetish thing, but people think black people are cool here. And I met really nice people and had really good connections. So slowly my confidence in me as a person was growing, but I hadn't been challenged in this confidence that I can be a model.
Yeah. So when we go back to your history, where you came from in Kenya, you told me that you lived since 12 you lived in Dubai.
In Dubai.
Yeah. How did you manage? How do you see Dubai? Let's talk about Dubai.
Dubai is amazing for so many reasons. I think I have a certain perspective of it that has come from like living there so many years. I had my high school there. My high school was really fun. I had a really great childhood in Dubai, but I think with people that live there understand the difference of kind of being there rather than what you see online. I have this thing, if I talk to people here and it's like I mention that, hey, I've been to Dubai, it's like they see the Dubai that you see on Instagram. Dubai is so much more than that. One of the things that I really learned in Dubai is like how many hardworking people are there. It's really insane, because for all the hospitality that happens in Dubai, it works on the hospitality of the immigrants who are working so hard over there, like so very hard. Considering summer times would come, the people who are parking cars, washing cars, like it isn't this glamorous country that people, I mean, it is glamorous, don't get me wrong, but it isn't all that. It's like,
In the pictures,
it's not the pictures. Like my eyes has been opened, the curtains, you know, I've been way pulled back since I've been living there. I can't hate on it right now, but by the time I was leaving, I knew that's not the place I kind of want to live. You know.
So if you get the chance, you wouldn't go back.
I will go back, but I wouldn't want to live there unless I'm making crazy money. Then it's kind of, but also like if I was making crazy money, like I still don't think I'd want to live there. Like you just kind of have to experience it. It just feels so surreal, you know. I think one of the things is also like now coming and experiencing Europe. I'm not accustomed in living in a Islamic country. Which is a really great thing. Don't get me wrong. It's really safe. It's really clean. It has all the things. But I just think as a person I am, I prefer a lot more freedom. Yeah.
I get you. So when it comes to modeling, you told me about the confidence and also how you get to the point where the model agency who denied you actually accepted you at the point. So in regards to that, when do you start thinking like modeling I can take it basically as a profession?
Honestly, I think since I was gonna say I think since like let's say this beginning of when they rejected me, I'm like, okay, I really want this. I'm seeing the money that came. That was motivation. But I think it's kind of been progressing. When I first got into United for Models, the first few months I got it's hard to track back everything with my mind, but I remember I got a really good commercial, and it was a commercial for Sony, like PlayStation. I remember this was the first set that I went on, and it
PlayStation,
bro, you get me? Like it was.
That's my dream.
It was actually crazy because experience is the best teacher. So firstly, getting to be on the set, and there's a hierarchy that comes in, let's say, doing commercials. You have the episodists who are below the main characters, and then you have the extras. So the first job that I got, I was an episodist. And this
What is episodist?
episodist is means like you're not the main role, you're a supporting role, and
Okay.
extra is like you're just an extra there, you know.
Okay.
I got an episodist means I'm like a supporting role for like the main roles, and I think it was a really learning moment because
But like, let's put it in a scenario. I just want to imagine it as an episode is like, so if I'm the main character, so I'm
You
if-
are the main character.
Yeah. Yeah. In this case, I'm the main character, and
Yeah.
what an episodist do? Like you just laugh on something I saw, or
No, let's say we're walking on the street.
Mhm.
You're the main role. An episodist would be someone you meet and you talk to and you have an interaction with that will be on camera. An extra would be someone just riding a bike, walking. So it's like
who just passed.
who just passed, who's in
Okay.
the shot, but not really kind of involved into the
interactive,
thing,
yeah.
right?
I get it. So you started as an episodist. That's good. You didn't start as an extra.
I think it's like it doesn't. It's not that it doesn't matter. It's just kind of a roll of the dice, right?
Okay.
I could have applied. I applied for the job, and they liked me for an episodist. Not to say that I couldn't have been chosen as an extra. I mean, it kind of varies. I think it's just like my own experience that I started out with working, and the first job I got to be an episodist. There's some people who can start, and their first job is like a main role. There's some people who can start and be an episodist, but then on the second job, they're the main role. It's just kind of how it works, right? Every commercial has a set. It has a set thing, right? There's the main role, there's the supporting role, and then there's extras, and then there's, let's say, dancers, all these things, and it just depends on if the casting director puts you on that, right?
Okay, so it depends on the needs of that
The
particular.
people, right?
Yeah.
And also, it's like you do not an interview, but you do like self tapes, right? Let's go, for example, for the same thing that I use, right? For a main role, right?
Yeah.
They'll be like, we're looking for this kind of person for a main role. And then I, as an agency, will send it to you. And you will record a video maybe of you walking to show how you're walking. And the casting director will be like, okay, I like his walk, so I want him for a main role. I like the way he's done this dialogue. He can be the episodist, right? And then that's how it kind of works with everything to kind of have your role selected.
Okay, so you've talked about you like the money.
Yeah.
How is it?
Money's really good. There's been jobs which has been good paying. There's some jobs that are low paying, but it's good. In my case scenario, within the first 1.5 years was the best, and honestly, during this last time, it hasn't been as great as I'd want it to be. Not a fault of my own. I just think it's kind of part of the game. The market has gotten really competitive. But the money is great. For example, let's say commercials. Commercials pay really well. You'd have like a set rate of 1 day shoot could be for 1,500 or something, and some commercials have 4 days to shoot. So let's say that would be 6K or something for those, or something for those 4 days. And then you also have like rights for them selling it on TV, and that could be up to 17,000, 15,000,
Okay.
16,000.
Wow.
Exactly, right? For like
Sign
what?
me up.
Bro, are you getting me? Like, I went on a music shoot actually, and it was like Rosalia's music shoot, and I met like a guy there, and he's telling me for one job he's made 40,000, bro. One
$40.
job, one job, 40,000.
I'm in the wrong business.
You feel me? But like the money sounds good, but it's easy, and it's also not, because it's the same grind with everything, right? I find it easier because I think it's one of those things that I like to kind of be expressive, and I enjoy what I do. But it also has its difficulties, but it just depends on what your focus is on, right? I see people now, and I like to look at people and kind of gauge, would they do good, would they not? Because
Yeah.
they may have the look, but do they have the grind to want to get it, you know?
Yeah, I believe it needs a lot of work.
It needs a lot of work, you know, staying in constant shape, taking care of your skin. And it's a different thing of also, for example, taking a picture out on the streets is good, but like, are you able to maintain the pressure when you are having to do multiple photo shoots in a day, multiple pauses, you know, people who are there who are also on a rush? Are you able to maintain composure and actually do what you need to do? Are you able to meet the standards that are required of you that day?
Yeah. So basically, this modeling thing, I believe some people take it as a very easy thing. That's why I asked you about the difficulty about it, because when first YouTubers came along, everybody was like, YouTuber is
Yeah.
not a real job, and everybody take it serious. When everybody trying to do YouTube, they figure it out it's really hard to do it.
Yeah.
It's basically you just have to do a lot of content and trying to edit and stuff. Everything is
Yeah.
hard. And when it comes to modeling as well, like you said, is the poses, the kind of composure that you have to keep up. It is really hard. So basically, in regards to that, do you think everybody can be a model?
No. No. I think a simple answer is no. Not everyone can be a pilot. Not everyone can be a footballer. Um, I don't think everyone can be a model, because I think there's some people who this job is easier for than some for others. For example, I've met a guy at my workplace who I think has the look of a model. The guy looks really good, but he can't pause. He can't be comfortable in front of the camera. He's anxious, he's stiff in front of the camera. You can't unlearn that. You can't teach that. There's just some people who are, for example, even YouTubers. There's some people who are much more comfortable being in front of the camera and expressing themselves in a certain way that is really easy for other people to get. And it's either you kind of have that or you don't, or you're willing to put in the time and the effort to get there. So I think some people can, but I also think some people, it just doesn't really work with how they are.
Yeah, I would agree with that. And yeah, just because you have a good look, you cannot be a model.
Exactly.
Basically, the pose. I'm a terrible poser.
Okay, like also another thing, like bro, I've also worked really hard to like be where I am, like in terms of also, since I started like working as a model, I've always wanted to do like a fashion walk. I think it's like the most exhilarating thing. And this year I actually did it. This year I did it for like Wroclaw Fashion Walk. And I had a friend who'd done it last year, and I told myself, like, my agency has been sending me and I've been applying to some, but I haven't gotten any. Like, I'm gonna get this. Like, I'm gonna get this. I talked with him. He connected me to some people. I applied for it. Bro, before I got the job, every single day I was practicing my walk. Every single day. Every single day. I was recording, analyzing what I'm doing good, what I'm doing wrong, what can I do better. I went to Wroclaw. Shout out to my girlfriend for that. She really helped me out with that. I went to Wroclaw. I did the walk. I wasn't... And I think I'm also somewhat a little critical on myself, but I think that's where you kind of need to want to develop, right? I don't think I did the best walk that day, but I was happy with the effort that I made. They reached back out to me some few weeks later, and I got it, and that made me so happy. So long story short, I'm still practicing, and I get there, and it's really funny when you get to see so many varieties of people, because that's the thing. Like, there's not just this one look that people talk about, that this is the look you need to be a model. And I sat and I was analyzing some people walking. There were some attractive girls who could say, okay, she has the model look, same thing. And then she'd walk and it's like she's not confident in her walk, and there's just something about it. And there'd be another girl who, per standards, maybe doesn't have as much as a model look, but she walks and it's like stunning. Like, she owns the walk, right? And it's like, it's not just the looks, it's a combination of everything. You may have one thing, but you kind of also need to work on the other parts that make it, right?
Yeah. So in basically about that, a walking model is really different as a photo shoot, and those type of models who do commercials, right? It's really different, because whenever I think of a model, I always think of the walking model
one who walks it, right?
Yeah. So the standards of a walking model is different. Basically, they are very tall,
Exactly.
slimmer
Slimmer body.
Yeah. So those type of standards. So can you please tell our audience what the difference is in instance of the standards?
Yeah. I can only talk from like experience, right? When I signed with my agency, I'm tall enough to be able to walk on the fashion walks, so that's been good. but different fashion walks have different standards, especially like, let's say, the ones in Paris Fashion Week. They look for like slimmer bodies, slimmer builds, unless there's a certain thing that they're trying to impose. Over Poland, it's kind of the same thing. They prefer people who are taller, have like a bigger, not necessarily bigger build, taller, slimmer, because they also need you to be fitting into the clothes. The difficult part about it also, with like speaking with some few people, is like I think the standards are somewhat more difficult on women than on the guys, because it's like you have to maintain your hips, your size at a certain thing, and that can lead to a lot of mental health problems that I've also met some girls who can struggle with that. Like, it's the difficult part of the job, right? You have to maintain the place that you are. And I think as for guys, it's not as difficult as it is also on them. So the standards are very high, but it's manageable, bro. You know, if you want to do it, you can get to do it.
Yeah, I've heard about the modeling industry. It is, I've heard brutal stories about modeling industry when it comes to like you said, mental health and maintaining your body. It's really hard to keep up with the standards, the industry standards that they put on you. And also when we go to the other side, there's plus size models as well, which have been introduced like a couple of years back, since the modeling look was only slim body and stuff. Then after that the plus size models appeared. What do you say about the plus size models?
I mean, what can I say about it? The game is the game, bro. Like, also the thing that I've learned is like the market is so wide, bro. Like, the market is so wide. It's like the things that you kind of don't get to see, because there's a stigma about like the mental health problems, which actually is very true. Like, imagine having to fit in a certain size, or if you're slightly bigger, you don't get the job. Like, the eating dysmorphia you may get for that. Like, it's difficult. But I think also, not just with modeling, but I think with a lot of things, the world has been getting much more open with people. So it's like, I can't hate on it. If a brand wants to model with plus size models, so be it. Like, you know, it's not really something that affects me personally. If that's what they want, that's what they want.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. All right. So we've spoken about a lot of things.
Definitely have.
And working too hard towards something, and it may not work as you thought it would. Then you might beat yourself up, and you might find yourself in a difficult situation where things may not work, but you still have to keep pushing and keep going.
And I mean, also, sorry to cut you off. Like, another thing is, like, if you are a model, it's like you are the product, you know. So it's sometimes really difficult to be like, oh, it's not. Maybe it's, if you're the product, it's easy to be like, it's my problem, because it's you who's doing the job, right? So it's like, it's a really big conundrum that sometimes you may also, like, let's say you go on a job and you did everything right, you did even better than right, you worked amazingly, and they don't select you again. It's so easy to take that personally. It's so easy to think that but sometimes it's just not about you. Things happen, which is like, I think, another valuable lesson with life itself. So
So what do you think people misunderstand about modeling?
how easy it is, how flashy it is. You know, like, there's like jobs where sometimes I'd be getting at 4 a.m., 3 a.m. to go to a different city. Like, it's certainly easy. There's jobs where we're finishing late at night at 3 a.m. after working the whole damn day. So there's definitely the flashy parts, but people don't get to see also the how critical you are on yourself, how you have to maintain the standards of yourself, how you have to really grind to kind of get yourself out there. It's easy to pause if you're pausing for 1-2 hours, but can you constantly evolve your pausing for 12 hours in a day? That's not easy, bro. Like, you know, how can you keep the same energy from the beginning of the shoot to the last of the shoot? It's like an actual skill that you have to learn to develop. It's not just a one-day thing. And how do you do if you're having that multiple times a week? It's not really all that easy, but I think it's a thing that people don't get to see when they just see the pictures. Like, a good example is in every photo shoot that I do, people on Instagram, people get to see the best pictures that have been taken, but they don't see all the bad ones, all the ones of you trying to figure out what's working, what's not. So I think it's just people don't get to see the whole picture of it.
Yeah, I believe so as well. Like I told you, when people think that content creation and look at when it comes to podcasting is easy, or you just pick up a mic and you can talk. It's not like that.
It really isn't like that.
Guys, you gotta know it's not like that. So you have to know the works behind it when it comes to content, like things that you see in the screen in general. Like, it's not easy.
It really isn't.
It's not easy. It's not for everybody. So in regards to that, I think the misunderstanding is there. It's basically
Certainly.
as a modeling, I believe as well, I believe it was easy as well before, but way back, I believe it was easy. But I've seen the works that models do, and you guys work
at the same time. I think that's just part of the game. Like, how do you know if you're not there? How do you see the work if you're not participating in it? Right? It's the people who are doing it know how difficult it is. And if you know, just keep on going, essentially, right? It's like, also, just because other people can't see the work that goes into it and can't understand it, that doesn't demean your work in any kind of way. Like, you know what you're putting yourself into, and staying true to that. Like, I was listening to something yesterday, like a Joe Rogan podcast, because I love Joe Rogan. There's like this really guy who's like a motivational quote and something, and he was like, if anything is hard, just think good. Like, it's the benefit. It's difficult and people are misunderstanding, good. So keep on grinding until they see the hard work of it, right? If you're doing content creation and people are not saying good, work harder, right? Like, keep on going until it's out there. Like, people only get to see the finished result, but you are the one responsible for giving that finished result. Stay grinding.
Keep grinding, guys. It's not this is not easy. It's not easy.
Good.
Good. We keep working.
Good.
We keep going.
Stay grinding, bro.
So how do you stay confident when you feel like you're not picture perfect?
It's a really good question, because actually I feel that way currently. Like, I haven't been in front of the camera as much as I'd want to for some time, but I think I know I got it. I know I got it. And also, like, work. Yesterday as well, I spent my afternoon, like, I know I'm going to be having this shoot the next day. I spent my afternoon practicing or envisioning what I want to do. You can't fake confidence, but in my approach, it's not ideal. Like, the mind goes where it wants to go, but in reality, it's like, what have you actually done? If I have a shoot in a week, and of course I have the skill to do it, but I'm chilling at home, I'm doing other things, and I'm not actually practicing what it needs for me to do that, like, I'm not going to feel confident. But I may feel not as confident, but I know I've put in some work to be able to deliver. That is my confidence. Have I done the work to be ready for the job? Yes or no?
I get it.
Right?
Yeah.
Have you done the work to be ready for that? Yes, I have. So even if I'm not as confident, I know I have something to be able to deliver. So I think that's just what works for me. If I'm not feeling the best about a certain thing, I plan and I do the work before. As I mentioned also with the fashion walk, right? I knew I wasn't as ready, but I had taken the time to work from that. And I think also confidence comes from doing the work. You can't be confident by not doing it. You can't say, like, I want to be better at talking to people, and you don't talk to people. How do you get confident at that?
That's right. I believe things get difficult, especially when it comes to looking good and in front of the camera, when it is the hardest. Like, when you have a bad day and you have to look good, you have to keep smiling.
You have to. Actually, like, I'm making it. It's easy and hard. Like, also, I've had some times where I've had, like I was talking about, like, really long days where it's like, okay, I felt confident, and now it's at the end of the shoot, and I still have to keep my mind going. And I think at some point it's just, you have to firm it and keep on going. Like, there's no easy way out of that, you know. And also not cowering. Sometimes you may not feel as confident, but show up the way that you are. Right?
So what does the business side of modeling look like?
In terms of what?
In terms of fashion models expanding their reach when it comes to social media and all of those type of branch of areas, they can expand their modeling career. But also when it comes to you guys getting paid and how the terms of getting paid is. Does it take weeks, months to get paid?
It usually takes between 30 days to kind of get paid. For example, in terms of commercials, right? They have the contract, and in the contract, they even tell you how long it's gonna take to get paid. In terms of the business sense, I think it's very interesting right now. It's very interesting. I think as an agency, it's a really good way not to just make money, but it's a system that works. Brands need people. The agency provides these people. They get the money, they provide the people. But now it's a really interesting time because we're also having AI. And also take away from that, let's now go from a model's perspective. I have an agency that is doing the work, but I can use social media to reach a wider gap of people who now want me as the product, because you're showing yourself, which is within its own self is a business. But now the game changes because now we're having AI come, and I've seen already some website. You could have already they've made like AI models, and you could just take a picture of the clothes you want and the model, and they make it. That game is changing very quick, and I mean, who knows what is to come. I mean, I've seen some other agency talk about how instead of just you as a physical present, they market your AI, right? Like they take a picture of you, how you look.
They create an avatar.
They create an avatar of you, and so some agencies don't necessarily need you. Not some agencies. Some clients may not want you to go there, but it's like, okay, we want his avatar, and they paid you the rights of that, and so they get this.
I haven't heard of that. You know,
I found out from an agency that is actually kind of doing here. I won't go more into that, but I think like that's a really exciting thing, but also a really scaring thing. But it's how things are changing.
So you're basically just selling your avatar to...
Yeah, but isn't that what you're already doing?
Yeah.
I mean, the only difference is like now
you're not physically present.
I'm not physically present, but it's the same thing. But I think it's really beneficial if you're getting adequate money. It's BS if you're getting underpaid for that, because it's like, ooh, actually, very interesting. I'd want more money if I'm getting paid because I'm showing my skill. But if an avatar is doing it, it's not really an accentuation of myself. So should I get more for an avatar doing it? Because it's just my face. It's
I think it would be less.
It should be less.
I think it would be less. Because why would they incentivize a new technology if they don't want to lower the wages?
But then why would... Okay, I think that's the case, but it also now comes into this thing. If you market your business or you market yourself well enough online that you have a social presence, your avatar can pay much more than just a random model.
Yeah.
So like there's that concept to it. It's not so black and white. But I think the business is really changing, and I think it's really exciting and kind of scary at the same moment, because I think now there's been so much more competition than there's been before. And I think also now involving AI, I think there's going to be such a big change of just the people who are, let's say, marketing themselves. The top of the top are the ones who are going to be really getting the jobs, and it's going to be really choppy at the bottom.
Wow. You know, it's really interesting that you mentioned AI, because right after this, I was just going to ask you about AI, how it's going to affect your modeling careers and stuff. Because I've been listening to a podcast. Actually today. I was listening to a podcast, The Diary of the CEO. It was talking about...
I love Diary of the CEO.
Really?
So good.
Yeah,
so
Steven,
good.
I always mention it in this podcast as well. Like, he was talking to one guy who was studying AI way before, since the 90s, who have actually written the book about AI.
Really?
Yeah, which people are still studying from it. And he was talking about how AI is going to disrupt a lot of businesses. And when it comes to content creation as well, it's the AI is just creating their own content, and the businesses are creating their own commercials with AI and stuff. So now a model is not necessarily needed to be there. Yeah. So I was just going to ask you about how going to affect the thing.
I think there's going to be so many changes. I think jobs will be lost, but I think it's an evolution to times. I think it's certainly going to be a bummer initially, but I think it's unstoppable. Like, we're only talking about modeling because I'm a model, but for most of other jobs, it's pretty much the same thing.
Yeah.
How do you stop the wave? It's like, how can I now take the skills that I've learned or a certain way that I'm doing and evolve it with AI? Because if you can't do it, you get wiped out. I think that's
Yes.
the kind of only way there is, to where if you're not willing to evolve and kind of input yourself in some kind of way with AI, which is also like a really fascinating thing, right? Because now you've mentioned, if the company itself can make an AI without having, we talk about, okay, if they're going to use my avatar, if now the brand doesn't have to use an avatar, they could just make an online avatar and do this, like, what is the need of me, right?
Yeah.
And the game changes.
The game changes.
The game changes, but I get it. Like, you know, I can't hate on it. If I'm a brand, I'm doing that too. Yeah, why not, right? Like,
To maximize.
maximize profitability, and it's
Exactly.
like lower cost, and I can have it on an instant.
Exactly.
What the hell?
Exactly. And yeah, it's basically scary. It's really scary times. Scary times are coming. But this avatar thing you mentioned, I haven't heard it anywhere,
Yeah.
and it's a new thing.
It's quite surprising because also from the agency that I heard it from, it's quite small, but I think on a bigger scale, it's gonna happen so much more. Like, it only makes sense considering now everything is kind of technological, and in terms of time efficiency as well, right? AI is gonna enable a lot of things. Now we just talked about, like, in terms of a brand, right? Like, also if a brand, maybe you don't have an avatar, you want an avatar of someone, that is less time for production to be able to sell. Like, it's benefiting some things. And also in terms of a model, it could be difficult because, okay, I think my fun part is being in front of camera and trying to work what would be the best. But if now I'm just getting paid to, my avatar is being used, am I also getting fulfillment from, I'm just getting the money, but I'm not really enhancing the skill in some kind of way.
Yeah. So for the listeners, guys, we are going in a very crazy area where
Yeah.
people are just now creating avatars to basically create their own modeling gigs and stuff. So crazy times. So we got I might be replaced by AI next week.
No.
Oh no.
I mean, it's crazy because I listened to a podcast as well, and they were talking about, like, within the next 2 years, like, most of the content is going to be AI generated. And if you think about it, it's not so far off, because already the algorithms are there, which is kind of, okay, people are making the things and it's just throwing it to your face. But another person also was listening to a podcast that made it really interesting. It's actually the NVIDIA guy who, like, runs NVIDIA.
Oh, NVIDIA, yeah.
He
I
was
know.
talking in Joe Rogan. It was like, the difference is, like, before, if you get a textbook about all this knowledge, do you really know where it comes from? It's a combination of different things that have been put together into a book for you to get the knowledge. In a few years away, does it really matter where it comes from? Let's say AI now can have a combination of all these books, and it can deliver to you instantly a combination of all these things. So are you not going to get that knowledge just because it's AI?
I mean, yeah.
Right?
Of course.
It's absolutely crazy. I think the world is changing. It's scary, but I don't think it's gonna be a slow drop until we open our eyes one day and it's like, whoa, you know?
Exactly. So, what, when you look at modeling in Europe, do you think
Yeah.
there's enough diversity?
Ooh, certainly, bro. Certainly. I think it's just a matter of where. It's a matter of where. Look at France. France has so many black people. Look at Poland. Poland. I can speak to Poland because Poland is what I know. I know quite a bit of black models here who are making it. The difference is, what is the competitiveness of that diversity? I think when I first started, like, a couple years ago, there was quite a few dark skinned people or black people, but the competitiveness wasn't a lot as it is right now. The market was so much more open. Now coming to where we are, the market is so much more competitive. So it's like they may looking for a diverse people, but there's a huge number of diverse people. So it's like you're fighting a wider range of people in this thing. The people who are, let's say, in bigger agencies or have much more experience are the ones taking the job. But I think it's pretty diverse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so as well. I've seen a lot of models. I think it's also not only like black and white, just also everything. Everybody's there.
Bro.
Yeah, everybody's included. It's a very
And then
diverse
all body
business.
types, all different kinds of ways. I think it's really interesting as well because it's diverse, but you can have so many different things. I mean, when I was thinking about when I first started, I had like blonde hair, I had red hair, I had blue hair. And like now you can get so many varieties of the same people in different things. It's like, is that what you want or is that not what you want? So
Yeah.
I think it's a really exciting time to... Exciting and scary.
Exciting and scary times are coming.
Yeah.
And yeah. All right, so now we're gonna go to our quick fire questions.
Oh, I hope I'm ready.
All right, so runways or studio shoots?
Runways. Runways.
Okay. Fashion or commercial work?
Fuck. Can I swear here?
Yeah.
Commercial because of the money, but I would choose fashion because I enjoy it.
All right.
So commercial.
All right. So you choose the money.
Of course, boy. Tell me if you want job 40K. Yes. Yes.
All right. Favorite pose, normal or dramatic?
A little dramatic. I think normal is not boring, but at least play with it something.
All right.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I don't know if I'd use dramatic as the word, but different.
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 I mean, yeah, dramatic is also different.
Different. But
Yeah. All right. So, camera ready or camera created?
camera what?
Trying to be creative in front of the camera, like camera
Camera
ready
creative,
or
certainly. Camera creative, like you're being creative in front of the camera.
Mhm.
Certainly.
All right. Modeling or art or strategy?
Modeling. Yeah.
That's nice. So these are the quick fire questions,
Yeah.
and now it's gonna be the last segment, which is gonna be the perfect segment for me and for you as well.
Yeah.
We're gonna enjoy it. So yeah.
Aha.
Yep.
Are you gonna make me open this?
Yeah.
You shouldn't do this to me.
Wait. Let me introduce you first.
Yeah.
So we open champagnes for our guests to celebrate their success, all of the things they have done. So you have been in modeling for 3 years. You have been achieving a lot of good work. I've seen your portfolio, an amazing portfolio. People can also watch your portfolio. We can put
Definitely.
it down the link.
Yeah.
And yeah, we want you to open this as the owner of to celebrate your success.
Let's do that.
Yeah.
And cheers to you guys as well. I see what you guys are doing, and great things take time. So
Yeah.
I know I'm gonna see you guys at the top.
Of course. I mean, we're gonna see each other on the top.
Definitely.
Well, basically, the last was it the last? Yeah, you can take it down from the
Yeah.
from the
talking
table. Yeah, from the table. Yeah.
Because of the sound.
Yeah.
My bad, guys.
Oh.
Oh my god, guys. I
Oh.
didn't expect that one.
Oh.
Cheers to us.
Oh my
Almost,
God! These things are opening really unexpectedly. Our last guest almost tried he almost
Same thing?
Yeah, he almost hit his head with the.
I thought like holy shit.
Holy
Like,
shit.
I didn't expect that because I was like, okay, like it's not shaking, it's not gonna. But
Damn.
well,
Well, we messed up your clothes.
oh come on, it's not so deep.
Okay,
Yeah.
it's not so deep. I mean,
So,
yeah.
cheers to us, guys.
Cheers.
Thank you for inviting me, guys. I had a really fantastic time talking about this.
Thank you very much for coming.
And
as well.
I think you guys should really go out there, try modeling if it's something you're interested in. If it's not modeling, anything else, put your work and put your heart into whatever it is that you like, grind and go get that money, man.
Yeah.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Yeah.
Mm.
Come on. Cheers to success.
Cheers to success, man.
Hi, man.
All right. So, where can people find you?
People can find me on Instagram at Kitson_Kitson. That's where it is. Not really on other social medias like that, but From Instagram.
All right, we're gonna link his Instagram if you trying to connect with him as well.
Yeah.
Thank you very much for watching, guys. This has been an amazing episode. If you're watching till this time, just like, share, subscribe, and everything that is possible on YouTube. Thank you very much.
Yeah, man.
Bye
Take
bye.
care. Bye.